originally titled Chiwakusai Senki Metafight, which was released in June of 1988 in Japan for the Famicom, which roughly translates to Super Planetary War Chronicle Metafight. But probably just for the ease of not trying to say that name a ton, we'll just refer to it as Metafight. Metafight was not well received after its launch, which resulted in poor sales in Japan, leading to Sunsoft to make some changes to the story and title of the game to be more compelling to the interests of the Western audience, when it was released in November of the same year in North America. Thus, Blaster Master was born. Gone was the outer space-based story of an invading alien army conquering a planet, and now in was a story about a boy named Jason and his pet frog, Fred, who becomes mutated due to radioactive waste that leads Jason into falling into a hole and finding a high-tech tank named Sophia 3 and going on a world-saving adventure. It was the late 80s. Radioactive mutants were a big thing, so much so that there were eventually movies, games, and comics about all sorts of mutated creatures. Blaster Master is not for the faint of heart. This game is incredibly difficult, but not in a menacing, quarter-crunching type of way. Inspired by Metroid, which was released earlier, Sunsoft wanted to craft a game where there was a sense of excitement and wonder while exploring the world that they've designed. The music in Blaster Master is some of the best you will find on the NES, and that's partially due to this man, Naoki Kodaka. He had worked on a few scores for Sunsoft previously, such as Spy Hunter and Freedom Force. And later on, for one of the best games in the NES library, Sunsoft's Batman. Naoki also worked on Fester's Quest. Regardless of how you feel about this universally received bad game, the soundtrack was absolutely awesome. Returning to Blaster Master, Naoki carried their legendary musical gaming journey in this title. Just listen to these songs. New ones crafted for each stage, the boss music getting you pumped to fight. You can feel the passion and inspiration he had for the game. One of the coolest gameplay elements in Blaster Master was the ability to exit and re-enter your tank, Sophia 3. This allowed for a strategic mix of both vehicular and top-down combat, which added a whole new layer of puzzle solving and exploration like never before. Truly, Sunsoft was ahead of its time on the NES with this title. With each boss defeated, you gain a new upgrade for Sophia 3, which will allow you to navigate to areas previously inaccessible, further adding to the need to explore every nook and cranny to progress further into the unknown. There are several power-ups that will help you on your journey for both Sophia and Jason. Jason has the ability to upgrade his weapon, which will help a lot in later areas. As you upgrade his gun, the damage and the pattern change on how it shoots, which can be helpful, but sometimes can also be a hindrance. Unfortunately, it doesn't last forever. When you take damage, you degrade your weapon, making it incredibly important to try and limit the amount of injuries you take, which sometimes can be annoying as you often get hit on screen changes that seem pretty much unavoidable. Blaster Master is one of my favorite games growing up, and for good reason. It's well crafted, has a lot of variety into the environments and enemies that you come across, challenging, but not too challenging, has a bunch of interesting puzzles, and the boss fights are a lot of fun. This title definitely warrants to be part of any collector's library. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below with one of your greatest memories of Blaster Master or what you liked seeing in this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more future content on retro gaming. Thanks for being here and spending your time with me.